Welcome back. And of course, we have a treat for you here on Morning Live today. And we usually do this on a Friday, but of course, we thought we'd spoil you on a Thursday morning. So a popular R&B classic hit song such as My, and of course, let's get the mood right. Our producer's been telling us to get the mood right all morning. We have two-time Grammy-nominated American singer, songwriter and producer Johnny Gill in the country. And this, of course, for his tour, his latest here in South Africa. And he'll be performing tomorrow and on Saturday evening. Pretoria and Sun City is where he'll be. And born in Washington, D.C., Gill's musical career goes back more than 4 decades. And his timeless songs have entertained fans around the world over all these years. And we have the privilege of him being in studio with us this morning. Johnny Gill, good morning, welcome.
Champ's here.
Of course the champ's here. It's such a privilege to have you.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I tell you, it's been a long time. It's been actually before COVID that I've visited here.
Yes.
So I'm like just all geeked up and ready to roll.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you, of course. You know, and just going back, this preacher's kid from Washington, D.C., and then, of course, this multi-platinum, selling artists across the world. Talk to us about that journey.
What a journey. Let me tell you, 41 years. September made 41 years. And I'm trying to figure out where did it all go? Where did the time go? But and I'm still enjoying it 41 years later. That's the most important thing about it, is just still growing, still got more goals I'm trying to reach. So I'm having fun.
I must say, as a longtime fan, first time I remember hearing Johnny Gill was on, it was a duet. Perfect Combination, that one. Yeah. And it didn't quite register Johnny Gill, but I just thought I liked the song, I liked the vibe. And I think on that same album, there was another song that you did that I also liked, forget the name now. But from there, then it was Johnny Gill, and then the whole New Edition saga happened. Then there was LSG and everything else in between. So there's always been Johnny Gill and others. But personally, I've always felt that you are a bit underrated for the artist that you are. How do you feel the industry has treated you over the years?
41 years and I'm still here doing it. So I look at it this way. Is there room to grow? Absolutely. Do I still have more desires to do more and accomplish more? Absolutely. But yeah, you look at it, you weigh it out and you go, wait a minute, y'all still not taking me that serious? No, but listen, I'm grateful. Like I said, I lived 41 years in this business and have been able to take care of a great family. And listen, when I show up, I show out and my fans show out. So, that's a blessing within itself. So I'm happy.
And I think that's part of it, just who you are as Johnny Gill. Because you always, and I've seen some of your interviews, read up on some of them, and you always just seem to get on with it, not holding any grudges, just getting on with the business of the day.
No, for me, I've often said this, I love doing what I do, but I stay present. I stay in the now. I don't look back. I don't look too far ahead. I just stay in the moment, in the now. And I tell you, when you come to see me tomorrow and Saturday, you're going to get, first of all, I'm going to take you on a journey. And it's a long journey. When you start talking about Stacey Lattisaw, Half Crazy, Take Me, I'm Yours, Let's Get the Mood Right, Can You Stand the Rain, Rub You the Right Way, Slow and Sexy. I mean, the list will go on. So I don't know if we're going to have time to do them all, but I mean, we're going to get them all, as many as we can.
Listen, we won't be complaining. We'll go wherever it is that you want to take us, because I'm definitely coming. What's with the red dress?
I'm sorry? What's
the red dress?
Well, red represents love to me, and it's always been one of my favorite colors simply because it represents love. And I think when you look at a heart, it's red. When you look at something that's sensuous, like a woman's lips, you see it's always red. It has it's just something that's like, I guess it pushes a button in me, and I mean, clearly, as you can see, I mean, my signature song is My.
Indeed.
Put on your red dress.
But you know that song, as iconic as it is, and trust and believe here in South Africa, there isn't a person who doesn't know that song. You know, we know the song, our children know the songs, and it just, everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
But how did that come about, that particular song? Because if you look at the credits, there was no way this could fail. I mean, there's you. You know, you've got Babyface on it, you've got L.A. Reid on it, you've got Kenny G on it, so there's no way this is going to fail.
Yeah, and you know, it's so funny because that song was actually written, and they were going to give that song to the Whispers, and they decided some things didn't happen business-wise, but Kenny decided, he was like, wait a minute, this song belongs to Johnny. And sure enough, it's so funny, you know, sometimes I go out and special guest star with Kenny, with Babyface, and just recently we were just talking about that, and he says, there's no one else on this planet that could have done that song. And he says, even all the great singers that could sing the song today, he says, no one, that song was for you.
It certainly was, and that song is so quintessentially Johnny. But, you know, if I look at your catalog, and I always say it is an unfair question, but we want to know, do you have a favorite song?
It's almost like having kids, because every song comes from you. It's a creation of yours. It's like, do you have a favorite kid? It's quiet as kept. I think we all do to some degree.
I'm not saying anything. Mine might be watching. I'm not saying anything.
I love all my kids all the same. No, but, you know, we do. But my mind, of course, is Can You Stand the Rain? There You Go, which is from the Boomerang soundtrack. And it was a tough time when I wrote this song, but it was a song called Take Me, I'm Yours, which was, I was going through a breakup at the time, so that song has always been special to me. But yeah, all of them, I mean, you know, I connect with them in different ways.
Yeah, and Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
Now, who are you meant to replace in New Edition?
Everyone thought it was Bobby, but it was Ralph, actually, that was talking about going solo. And he was not talking about leaving the group permanently. But the guys were afraid because they said, you know, once he goes solo, oh no, he's never coming back. So they were afraid about that. But originally, that's what happened. And when I joined the group, Ralph and I we just connected and just became great friends. And he was like, I'm happy, I'm good. I got someone who understands, who's got my back. And it was like, and that's been my ride or die.
Yeah. But that speaks to who you are, Johnny. Because, you know, whether it's joining New Edition or going on to LSG, again with Keith Sweat and the late Gerald Levert, you know, you just seamlessly fit into wherever it is that you find yourself.
Yeah, because I've learned that at the end of the day, for me, I don't have to be in front. I don't have to have the leading role. I understand what the role of playing. When they say teamwork makes the dream work, knowing where your role is and understanding that and being secure and cool with that. So, and I'm grateful because I also, as a solo artist, I get an opportunity to just be able to express myself artistically when I want to. So, I mean, having these different places to go and working with different people, just creating new memories and great music is just ultimately what it's about for me.
But see, that's what I love about you, because as you say, you don't mind, you know, playing in the background, because I think it speaks to knowing who you are and being secure in who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, if you ever notice, look in the groups, pictures, the photos of New Edition that I'm in, I'm always normally in the back. And I'm never the one that's sitting there going, hey, put me in the middle, I want to be in front. It's just, I'm okay with wherever I am, you know, it's just, that's who I am. So,
and that's because you don't have to be, because it is so easy to pinpoint where Johnny's voice is in the song anyway.
Yeah. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
So where does the talent come from?
Wow. Well, first and foremost, I got to say God. I mean, clearly we know that when you get unique talent, it's not something you create. It's just something that I think you inherit through what God chooses to do to anoint us. And I think we all are special in our own ways. So my voice and what I've done, that my dad was a minister singing in church all my life. My whole family, my mom, my brothers. Matter of fact, I have one of my brothers with me that's going to be with me tomorrow and Saturday as well. But, you know, so we've been doing this all my life. And it was second nature to me. So, but singing in church is probably the best teaching experience that you could ever get, or training you could ever get, I think, as a vocalist.
And, you know, so nice to hear that your brother's here. You're the youngest of 4 boys.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys, yeah.
So, and what was that like, you know, being the youngest? Did they spoil you? Did they protect you?
No,
you know, or were you just a
Are you
whipping
kidding
boy?
me? Spoiled. We used to have these, you know, kid siblings. You know how they go at it and fight all the time. It was so funny because my dad started us out as singers. Started us out in the music business, and I was the youngest, so they would push me up front and make me do all of the singing and lead singing. So I laugh at them now. I look back and I go, ha ha ha! I like you now.
No, but it's great that you had that opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
But coming to South Africa, you know, returning, what is it that brings you back?
First of all, I'm looking forward to a magical night. Second of all, oh, by the way, there's a few more tickets I heard that's available. So listen, one of my greatest experience of my 41 years is playing here a few years back in Johannesburg, and just having the experience of being here. And so I was so anxious to get on that plane to get here, because I'm just looking forward to another magical night and experience.
And of course, you know, looking forward to tomorrow night, of course, here in Pretoria, and then Sun City on Saturday. But given that you are returning to South Africa, what do you make of our music scene here? And have you seen anything in particular that you would perhaps like to tap into?
Well, it's so crazy because I was talking to someone not too long ago about having that opportunity to just collaborate with a few artists here, because I love the Afro beats. I love and I'm a musician on top of it all. So for me, it allows me to just expand. And I said just recently, I was like, hello, I'm here. My phone is on. Call me.
I love that, and I'd love to see who's going to call you, because Brian Temba is one of the people.
It's gonna be,
I love Brian as well. So
looking forward to working with him.
Really looking forward to all of that. And then, of course, you know, over the years, so much music, you know, and I must just ask you about Second Place. I have never in my life heard such brutal lyrics. Where did that come from?
Oh my goodness. When you listen to the song, it sounds so beautiful melody-wise, and the approach to it.
Until you listen to the words.
Until you listen to the words. And you realize that these messages that are in these songs, people go through these. This is not something that is made up. We've had, and I've been through it, and many people that have gone through relationships have gone through these type of experiences where you realize that you lose a loved one that no one could ever take the place of them, and as much as you move forward with life, they're still sitting in that place, and that, you know, you realize that at some point that whoever you are going to be with probably ultimately going to always be second to the person that you ultimately love that you might have lost. You know, so sometimes life deal us these cards that are not something that are beyond our control. But at the end of the day, still our hearts are where it is. And when we love, and you love unconditional, people come in your life, they leave a stamp, they have an impact on you. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to ever let go.
Yeah, I felt that. But is there anyone in the world that Johnny Gill would love to collaborate with right now?
I'm so open with just wanting to deal with seeing. I like the new artists, the older artists. I'm just a musician, not just as a vocalist. I'm so inspired by just music, beats, vocal styles. You know, so it's, for me, of course, I keep saying I want to do something that definitely with Mary J. Love Mary J. Blige. But I'm just so open to just different genres.
So I know you're tired, Johnny. It's been already a busy morning, a long morning, and you know, you want to rest. But on one of the interviews that you did, you spoke about the demo tape that you had to send, something that Stacey had organized for you, and you were talking about how you just very raw sent, you know, a tape of you singing.
No idea, nothing about studio recording, all that stuff. I actually had just one of those tape recorders where you press record and play, and the cassette player. That's what I actually, that's what I sang, and sent it to them, gave it to them to give to their president of the label, and God bless him, he heard it. He heard what most people couldn't hear because there was no production. It was just me vocally singing.
So I guess you kind of know where I'm going with this. I know we've got no backtrack or anything, but will you give us a little something just to get us in the mood for tomorrow?
Oh my goodness. Let's get the mood right. Turn on your hot light. Put on that old red dress. Baby, let's cruise. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, of course, what we are going to be doing.
Oh, we're going on a journey tomorrow. I promise you. Friday and Saturday night, we're going on a journey. So if you haven't got your tickets, you better get your tickets because I promise you, you don't want to miss this.
Johnny Gill, it's been an absolute pleasure. They're
Thanks
screaming at me about time. But, of course, I was never going to cut that short. American singer-songwriter Johnny Gill with us this morning, and he's in the country to perform 2 evenings. That's tomorrow at Sunbet Arena, on Saturday at Sun City. And, of course, yours truly will be there as well. Leanne, yes. We have to say goodbye.
We do. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow, everybody. Book your tickets. Bye.